by Africell.
For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
Radio Democracy, the true voice of the people.
From New Englandville studio, good morning and welcome to the midweek edition of the program Good Morning Salone for this week, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today now Wednesday, May 27, 2020. We will bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Salone. Musa S. Kamara Naminim.
We want to apologize for that each day as we get small technical itch with we mic. Well, the program now Good Morning Salone and it come to you from 98.1 FM. Inside the program this morning, according to the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security, Dennis Vandi, the ministry don't lost about 50 billion loans per duty waiver them where they can give to people them we can bring agricultural material and come inside the last 2 years.
For just 2 years in the agricultural sector, government is losing about 50 billion loans in terms of inputs that they have cleared on duty-free, countrywide.
The Minister of Energy, Alhaji Kanja Sise, say the 250 kV transformer where the ministry don't go give to the Peace Mission Training Center and the Yams Farm community go help tap the light problem in that community day. And today in the program, the Chief Executive for the National Public Procurement Authority, Ibrahim Brema Soare, will talk about NPPA they work and what they don't do. We make public institution them for the further procurement procedure them during this corona phase.
Well, these and plenty other stories them did at the program for you, plus the Emergency Operations Center Coordinator on a Bonthe district, Joseph Moy Kamara say the districts they get challenged for care the coronavirus sample them for go test na the Kenma district's lab. Wakaboard Safe Day inside the program for you. Members say they listen we live on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and powered by Africell. And Safe they listen we live from Radio Shalom 89.5 where they cover the entire Kwanadugu and Falaba district and some parts na Tonkolili. Same way so on Radio Malin 88.5 na the entire Pujon district to Liberia border and Radio Colenten on 90.0 na Cambia district. The program na Good Morning Salone. You can be part of one by way you can send text message to the number 0779819181. 0779819181 at number for sending text message and be part of the program Good Morning Salone.
The program now Good Morning Salone, and we first material we look at the HIV AIDS patients them we don't get serious concern but how forget the medication because they say everybody now they pay attention on the coronavirus fate and they say this is a big challenge for them. Sabtuka long gets more and gonna report.
Anytime with the country can they under health emergency, government attention and focus can they more on the particular sick, we can put the country under health emergency. And as the coronavirus and a global pandemic, outside country them all over the world, don't put stronger measure them for handle the sick. Concern can come out from some people we get other sick. And some HIV patients them, there is serious concern, but think them we get for do the health condition, especially during this corona period.
As a person, for access health services, one, because of the fear of COVID, I'm afraid say if I go to hospital, I will get COVID. And two, we consider the healthcare workers as one of the key populations of COVID. So if I interact them, there are high chances that I will feel say I will get COVID. So I basically restraining for attend hospital services.
Actually, this secret of kind not easy for with the HIV patients. The thing way back for me, the help people that forget with the HIV patient, and they forget to receive get for live and survive. Like me, for me, I don't keep on a hospital for medicine.
Voice of some HIV patients them, and from waiting and talk a clear say access to the medication don't be serious challenge. But in National HIV/AIDS Secretariat, na government body where for handle all issue them we get for do with HIV and AIDS. And concern from some of the HIV patients here, I be take to the Director General Abdurrahman Sise, na National AIDS Secretariat. And he say, nurse and them partner them, we don't make sure say, then get 3 months medical supply to all HIV patients them na the country.
We be not prepare ourselves say now, okay, we give them now 3 monthly supply so that we limit the movement for even kind of facility. What thing we try for do, we immediately alert all we cancellers them and we give it numbers for every district.
Back to some of the HIV patients them and other concern with them be talk about na that most of them force supply with them be get be done and for let they able to go na NGO drop-in center them for medical supply don't be serious challenge because of the restriction of movement and stigma.
The NGOs workers they will give help me for giving me medicine. The right now not easy. Forget past tongue. Well, the hospital them be farming and more in tongue, but I not keep with it. Like one thing per the hospital the way them be. The HIV place it already right, so like this we own country rule this, so if you go inside to waste you say them say at least you get her.
In terms of passes, during the period where you want for go collect your medication, you don't get pass. Well, especially during lockdown, the medication on down. Let me assume say lockdown they go for like 2 weeks. Definitely, you will be challenged for them to take your medication.
But the Director General and National AIDS Secretariat, Abdurrahman Sise, we admit to this. Also, he said they may get challenged for get pass, but say some HIV patients them also not be do the right thing for let them get other medical supply.
No, I want to agree with you. That one they been really there because we're not being getting enough passes. We're not being getting enough passes, and what in me they happen is that when I've been the force for go with them, will not be don't know the challenges them. What in mean they happen for some of them clients, they with patients them. It's like when they call the counselor, then they call them and say, hey, I need me refill done. What in they do is that then they flash the counselor. So when they flash the counselor, it's like the counselor they get a lot of calls them. Somebody just flash them, you don't know who that in number that one day. They they under pressure, go get that time they for sit down for look at all them things. So like the one that way actually being called. Say, hey, I need me refill. Where he give incomplete name, then they make sure say they carry the refill go na house.
As some of the HIV patients then be continue for raise concern to radio democracy, but the health condition during this corona emergency time, some of the HIV patients here believe say because of the coronavirus, better attention or to them. We make them say if this continue, that could cause more effects to HIV patients then.
Yes, of course, the attention is too much to COVID. They don't deviate some of the attention from the other services where health facilities that we provide, especially for HIV and TB. The effect basically where it will happen, we will get more deaths will occur from lack of uptake of services, especially the ARV can occur. Then 2, especially like pregnant women, then now then they live with HIV, they often face similar disadvantages where for access health service. Fast me concern anybody will default from the drugs for about one day, 2 days, definitely get adverse impact on you.
If they make another for it, they give me nervous system. If they forget we go die, but then we will die past the COVID-19 then the afraid for. And HIV we own reaction we bad past COVID-19.
Abdulrahman Sise, the Director General and National AIDS Secretariat, say nurse when the government institution get full attention on all HIV patients them, and say nurse and them partner them don't put measure them in place for do testing and give other medical service to all HIV patients them na salone.
In as much as yes, government attention there on COVID, but what we don't try for do is that we don't integrate with services into COVID so that we're not going to be missed out. Even the testing, what would they do for HIV? It's been integrated into the COVID testing, and would they catch up with patients we infected with COVID, and would they make sure say we address them, and in fact we don't get new clients and new patients where they report for the COVID, where they even then at the quarantine centers, where they go through them test and they, but so then they wait on, let me say, discharge from the quarantine.
The Director General na National Aid Secretariat, Abdurrahman Sisebi, end up give word of assurance as they say them will continue for put more improved service them in a place so that HIV patients them not go strain during this corona period. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Saptiu Kalonde reports.
The program na Good Morning Salone will continue for look at more issues inside the program. One pan the coordinator them na the National Food Basket, Ibrahim Jallo, say na about 1,000 religious leader them we come out na different parts them na the western area go benefit from the National Food Basket. He talk this way the National Food Basket go give rice, oil and other thing them for its religious leader them na the western area. Mangi Mansari get more Igona reports.
This being 10. The First Lady been launched the National Food Basket. Beside them, they give thing for it to different people them. The National Food Basket, don't they give thing them for it. Now different districts them na the country. For continuing with the work where the National Food Baskets they do. Now the different districts them. Make the National Food Basket don't begin give rice, oil and other thing them for it. Now the western area to religious leader them. How they select the religious leader them for benefit from the National Food Basket. Ibrahim Jallo, now one pan the coordinator them for the National Food Basket explain.
First, we look at the more vulnerable religious houses. 70 and 80% of the one that we select are more of the one that with them vulnerables. Though we select other big mosques and churches, but we target more the one that with them more vulnerable. As you see, we go now the mosques, you don't come without witness. They're not gonna ask anybody about party card. You understand? This cut across. We're not gonna any mocks. We ask would I belong to this or would I not belong to this. This now a food where His Excellency and Her Excellency decides they for share people of this country.
Ibrahim Jallo continues say people not for put politics by the National Food Basket program. We make it say then they go on a different side them now the western area for pick religious leader them. We go benefit from the National Food Basket.
Because we're gonna places them, you understand, we're gonna slum places like Mabela, we're gonna then Grassfield, we're gonna Olwaf, and some of them places there we know how dominated, but we're not gonna then sign for going to be asked. This is about the people. Well, it's over 1,000 to be precise. We get up to 4 centers across the western area. Atuga here are just one center. Then we get another center when at FTC. Then we get another center in Stadium. Then we get another center when at Miltimagai Teachers College.
Dr. Denis Sandi, now the Minister of Lands, same way so. Now one pan the coordinator them for the National Food Basket explain, but the thing them. We then give to them religious leader they are.
So all the food items I want to say comprise of rice, sugar, oil, salt, and the mask where we ladies don't share to una. This now donations them will come directly from the president and pretty wife, Madam Fatima Biu. Before I pass the mic to una, I want to emphasize say this not to government money. And the government again. Before this not to government money, and because not to government money, let me the president and pretty wife not ever put politics before this particular project.
After we the Mindongi rice, oil, and other thing them to the religious leader them at the different side them na the western area. I've been talked to them, but what did they think about the National Food Basket program?
Mina Al-Haji Usman Urdin, I can represent Jamiu Salam, winner for Mox. First and foremost, I say Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. I tell Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala plenty thank you for this kind of gesture. We have to see and give it to them. Because as we all know the Ramadan, we don't prepare for the Ramadan, and we don't do all the food we get. And this night, timely goodness, we have to see and can give it. After this Ramadan, for all get this was for the manage to family, we really appreciate 100%.
My name is Sekali Sisi. I can represent Bangura Amok. So to this supply, people in Gisha will appreciate. Tell God thank you for don't pass the Ramadan to a long life. After that, then give some of rice to sugar, salt, oil, for those sustain life to family. Anyway, we appreciate. Tell the government thank you. Tell the Excellency President thank you. The chair, to the First Lady, we appreciate to this goodness what they do for the people of Sierra Leone.
My name is Sisi. I come on a Royal Army of God Evangelical Ministry. The grace of God, I feel good anyway, and I pray that this will continue inside Jesus' name. Well, at least some of the homes and we can find them difficult, but we believe say with this, it can able help we with some certain things. So we take a thank you for that.
The religious leader they are end up encourage the First Lady for me it continue with the National Food Basket Program as now one where will bring peace and unity in the country. For Radio Democracy, Mange Mansaye, the report.
Alright, the program, now Good Morning Salone, and it come to you from 98.1 FM. 7:45, now the time for my studio clock, and we continue with the program. But 1 week back, the Bonthe district's family go give support to the 11 chiefdom them in the district as they away for support the fight against COVID-19. Inside this, the Emergency Operations Center coordinator on Bonthe district, Joseph Moi Kamara, talk about some serious challenge them where the district get for fight this sick, where some pandemic. Now for how they get challenged for transport corona sample from the district to Kenema lab for test and save the other challenge for transport corona patients and suspects from quarantine center them. Joseph Kamara talk this and Musa S. Kamara gets more and go now report.
Bonthe district. Now one of the districts them where don't they record corona case. As of May 16 this year, the districts don't record 13 case them where out of this number 9 been done well. But how the corona effects look like na the districts? Joseph Moi Kamara, now the EOC coordinator, Bonthe district.
We don't get grip over a lot of areas we've been loose, so gradually things are coming under control. A crisis like this, they get for be rough at the inception, but now they go learning the response mechanisms, try for readjust to the tide. Things that definitely they assembled together.
The lab na Kenema, na the eastern region, na the facility where Bonthe they use for do test on people where they suspect say get corona. But this according to Joseph Kamara, then they get challenged for transport specimen, suspect and corona patients them because na only one ambulance they get we always they broke down.
The only areas where challenge there for now still are the logistical support, especially for vehicles, response vehicle, collection of specimen to laboratory, picking of patients once that's the result, a positive case for move on from quarantine homes. Ambulance there can break down because all one. We don't negotiate discussion with NEMS for dedicate one ambulance to you go to collect patient there and as well samples to the laboratory.
We look at Bonthe district. Who say una can do test them? Is it at the districts or who say una they treat them patients here?
So the laboratory where we can take the specimens to na Kenema. So once they collect the specimens then from either quarantine homes or if not a lot, Kenema then they send out the laboratory for this district where they check the corona cases na Kenema.
Honorable Alice Jebe Kumabe, now the member of parliament for constituency 92, where the Koba Jong and Imperi chiefdom na the Bonthe district, same way so mention some pan the challenge them pan the effect of COVID na the districts.
The challenge is that because Bonthe districts, first of all, are a peculiar district divided by water surfaces where it be say you don't go come out from the mainland so easily for go to the island and not so easy for come out from the island for come at the mainland. The chiefdom say for work are they very, very much difficult. So these are some of the challenges and also the support because this sort of thing where government plan for at all. Where it come at a time where resources are not being there except where then they source some from partners, of course, now the responsibility for give back up to government, the auxiliaries to government. But the starts it be very, very much difficult.
For sake of all them challenger and for CC they support government manifest against COVID-19, make the Bonthe district family don't give rest, oil and other thing them for it through them paramount chief them to vulnerable people na the districts.
Me na Anthony Charles, committee chair for the Bonthe family COVID-19 relief team. We come up from a district where 70 to 80% are either working poor or are very poor. So we put funds together as a family and for help people, the less privileged people in the district. Because this is a point that where coronavirus enter with district. Not everybody go able to go out again like trading for go fend food for themselves. Now the Bonthe family, through the wisdom of the head of house, when I'm from Alex Davis, a county initiative say this is a particular move for support to people out there who are not able to feed themselves. So national and international try to put funds together and try to buy food items who don't count in and my children for can distributor to the 11 paramount chief them for honor distribution to the less privileged them. Now the chiefdoms there.
Apart from the 200 bag rice, 100 gallon of oil, face mask and other support them to the 11 chiefdom them na the districts. The family be same way so give both for support employment at the districts. Floyd Alex Davis na the head of house for the Bonthe districts family.
The Bonthe districts family don't construct a big boat. This boat now for basically the unemployed youth them with the district, so that then go use them for the transport people them to and fro, and inside they themselves go make small money for themselves. As you all know, there is a lot of unemployment in the country, and this corona or even make them even worse, not only in Salone but the rest of the world. So we the look how we will find a means of employment and make the youth then go earn some money. And that make we decide for construct these boats. We recently buy a 40 horsepower engine. Now that make now this weekend we go commission the boats with the in operation now.
This support, according to the paramount chief for Kwame by Cream Chiefdom, Bonthe district, Muhammad Soko Kuruma Messi, na step in the right direction, na the right stem. PC Muhammad Soko Kuruma Messi end up for join other authority them na the district for call on support to the districts in the fight against COVID-19. For the Society for Radio Democracy, Musa S. Kamara.
The program na Good Mornin Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Remember, see the listen live on the internet on www.radiodemocracy.sl, and self you listen we on Radio Shalom 89.5, where they cover the entire Kwaneduga and Falaba district and some partner Tonkolili. Same way so on Radio Malin 88.5 na the entire Pujon district to Liberia border, and on Radio Colin 10.
Well, we continue with the program. 7:52 now the time for my studio clock, and we come over from a studio guest as soon as I inform we headline this morning. The Chief Executive for the National Public Procurement Authority, Ibrahim Bremaswari, go talk about the thing them when NPPA they do now for make sure say institution them follow the procurement procedure during this COVID fate. Well, the National Public Procurement Authority, NPPA, now the institution where they regulate and monitor all public procurement in the country. As I said earlier, the Chief Executive, now Ibrahim Swari, want to welcome you again in the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, like I don't give this brief background to waiting NPPA they do. We basically now for regulate and monitor all public procurement in the country. This being said, we don't see arguments as of whether therefore suspend some regulations them or not. Before we can talk about that, Mr. Swai, let me look at the role of public procurement from when you take up office to now in brief.
Good morning, 98.1, and good morning, the people of Sierra Leone. Public procurement came into being in 2004 because at that time they get the first act, and that act for interpret that act, the regulation for interpret that act now 2006 then do them, and then two instruments in this stage for more than 10 years before they're able to do the Public Procurement Review, the Public Procurement Act 2016. Then in 2020, March 19, we decide, because anytime when acts come out, regulation for the way they're able to interpret the act. So 2020, March 19, the regulation way for support that act been passed into law in Parliament. And me being the chief executive, me the principal advisor to government on all procurement related in the country, and then I monitor and regulate all procurement way public funds to use.
Regulating the activities of or advising government on procurement, whose essential role does they play when it comes to transparency and accountability?
Very important, because you get 3 regulatory instruments in this country we responsible for get transparency in our country. We now one, the National Public Procurement Authority, the Audit Service now another one, the Anti-Corruption now another one. But why we also relevant? We the prevent, because we able for prevent for an incident and not occur, and because we the prevent, that makes our institution more important and relevant. Yeah.
Okay, you talk about you now the prevent. Let's look at the processes and procedures when it comes to procurement in Sierra Leone. How it done like?
Well, the law always provide for situations when normal and situations when not normal. Yeah. The 2016 Act provide room for situations of emergency, and that emergency situations, based on we past experiences, it clearly spelled out how procurement processes then they happen during emergency situations. Yeah, say case in point like the COVID now we'll get. In we law, there is a clear room waiting for do when you get emergency situations like this. And when we record the first case in this country, because the government being so keen about transparency, they call all the bodies responsible for ensure due processes are followed into a meeting at the Vice President's office, where we discuss how can we go around processes and procedures. And in that meeting, I told everybody that there are laws governing emergencies.
So before we come to the laws governing emergencies, we spend most of our life in normal situations, and emergency in our reallocations where you can come and knocking there for long term. In normal situation, our procurement processes then turn like?
Well, the default method for procurement are advertisement. Yeah, because the essence of procurement is about transparency, value for money, and they allow competition. So at least other people will be privileged for get government cover. Yeah. So the default and the most reliable method or the most acceptable method for the procurement is through competition. And in normal circumstances, I don't ensure in almost 2 years in government, in leadership, almost all the procurement activities the way they go around country, I make sure say competition they happen on them, because anybody will send to me for any other method without competition, I reject them.
So before we can talk about the process in emergencies, my colleague just asked you about normal situation, how procurement process they go, say procurement una can review the tender and also contract them, we can they can give una can make sure say una go through all the paper then they. But we don't hear some challenges them way the NPPA can they get with institutions them. What are some of them challenges there where una can get during the process here of giving contracts?
Well, to me, challenge is not the reason why we all day. People go tell you say challenge them day because they don't want to do the right thing. But if you do the right thing, NPPA has no reason why for stop you. Now, only when they don't do the wrong thing, then we stop there and then at the beginning talk about challenges. For processes, if you do the right thing, say you prepare a tender document well, you not put any clause there where they stop other people from competing, yeah, you send them to watch and realize say you not put any clause for disadvantage another person, would they allow you for let you start. And what you do and done, would expect you say, what in then are the tender documents where you send to we will approve, now you for use for the evaluation. In an event you want to change the goalpost, you know they accept them.
And the process can go on?
Of course. The process to go on. When I take
no, I mean, when you can say no, if you not go meet all the regulations there, so this process not go on. Many times we can get information say this process can still can go on, even if you advise say let you not go.
How can that be possible? It's not possible. How many issues then we don't come around where you don't hear it? But like, if we get back to memory lane, I had a lot of challenges with the purchase of the buses, the school materials, because there are issues who have been things that they need for address. Those issues were addressed before they signed contract. That was one of the biggest challenge. I remember one day the former minister Kaya, they talk say get bottleneck with MPPA because there were laid down rules that they were supposed to follow, and I told them categorically clear that you cannot sign this contract if these rules are not followed.
All right, so we'll continue for the week to at the program. 8 o'clock, now the time for my studio clock. When they come back to you.
Salone Commercial Bank don't come with new banking products them for make life easy. With Million Online Bank and Million Mobile App, you can able for use Salone Link money transfer for send money to anybody in let you not get bank account. Transfer or receive money na the same bank or any other bank. Transfer money to person or office in let you not get the account number. Buy heads alike, pay other bill them, and now get advanced salary. You don't need for worry again but almost money then you earn. Because you can able for pay for things the way you buy in a supermarket and other shop them with the quick response code payment. Yakba don't done for the boss man them. With Beyond Online Direct, you can upload salary, pay all your supplier them, sell forex to Salone Commercial Bank, and watch your account anytime. If you need the app, download them from Google Play Store or any Apple Store or go to Salone Commercial Bank website www.slcb.com. Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, delivering value.
The Anti-Corruption Commission want for make all government workmen they know say the last day for declare the income, assets and liability na May 31 or before that 2020. Punishment go there for the one they will not declare by this term.
All government workmen will they elect, them politician them, all the one they would they grade 7 and above, and the one they serve what they lower grade, but same way so they deal with money.
Any government workman will then sack, retire or resign for declare. All the government workmen for declare after every 2 years. That means say now 2022 to go get the general declaration back.
You can also declare your assets online now www.anticorruption.gov.sl.
If you fail for declare, then go force all your salary. If you still not declare, then go suspend you. And if you still make trangayes, then go sack you after 3 months.
Make sure say you declare your income, assets and liability so that you don't go get what Allah.
This message they come out from the Anti-Corruption Commission.
The program na Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. 2 minutes after 8, where they bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Salone. Musa Eskamana Minim.
And Minas Majid.
We still get Ibrahim Asware, we na the executive director for the NPAA. NPPA, therefore talk about procurement procedures them. Earlier, Mr. Soare, you been talk about issues them na the procurement and the rule, how na significant in achieving transparency and accountability. You mentioned say una the prevent anything where they lead to lack of transparency. Instead una work for the past years them, you think say una don't they prevent actually things them where they lead to lack of transparency?
I want for use this podium for tell you say within the 2 years of MPPA you cannot compare it to any other time where it stays, because for the first time you hear about the regulatory body saving government from getting into bad contract, and as it stands we don't save government more than $110 million from getting into contracts who are not good for the nation. And this is the first time we don't table at the well of parliament.
Would they look at NPAA not as under a regime or individual, we look at them as an office where they create for this purpose.
Yeah.
You think, say, the office, the reason why they create them for, don't they serve that purpose?
That's what I'm saying. Of course, yes. These are the very first time for now. If you go on our website, you see spend analysis and procurement assessment report. If you get to the NPP website now for 2018, you're able to know clearly how much government spent in 2018, the total amount of money spent 2018. You're able to know the 10 top suppliers that will get contract in this country. You're able to know the 10 or 20 MDAs in this country will use government money. You're able to know how much they use on international competitive bidding, national competitive bidding, requests for quotations. You're able to know which institution they use, RFQ than any other person, and a lot of suggestions than they.
Inside one of his statements, he mentioned value for money. We not a very important something we see say plenty time we see projects them way then they go maybe construct now some partner country before some years they see the building go down collapse and other things. And value for money I think we very much important. You say when they achieve that. You think say this don't they happen not just you term but as the lifetime of the NPPA.
Government and continuity. There are certain structures I want to be very, very honest with you. When I took over, not been doing an MPPA, and we are building the system. And for build institution, not a day process, yeah. But all I can tell you, the MPPA we been know some 3-4 years ago, not the same MPPA right now, because a lot of things then they will don't put in place, and as we go along, we're ready for accept lapses and see how we go improve on them. Any side officer we don't lapse, somebody genuinely send them to we, then we'll go able for work on them. And talking about transparency, within this tenor, would I ensure say quarterly we'll get price norm, and that price norm serves as a guide not just for even just suppliers and business people, but for the general public. Say for instance, like now when they shout, say they don't go buy a motor car. The National Public Procurement we don't pull first quarter price norm. You can easily go to this price norm and look for the motor car where they don't buy. Then you compare the money where they and see how much they buy.
So for sure concern on how they buy motor car and shout?
Now what they say, a lot of people they say they never thief government money, they never misuse government money. For able for know if they never misuse government money or they never misuse government money, it's simple. The price norm then a public domain. Just get one. If you see height, say Lankusa, get to this price norm and look for the Lankusa. Yes, we see how top Lankusa. How much is the actual price? You see them. Then if they give you the contract, even if you don't know about procurement, it's clear. You go simply look this price norm and look the Lankusa and see if the hiker or they collect money when wrong, then you don't clearly know. If you don't do that day, you say not do your own part, then you begin to say they don't thief. That it means you know they support your own country. Because if you want to say something or you want to write, you first go for the research. When you do your research, then you go for talk from a point of strength. But what thing they happen, a lot of people don't do any research. All they do, the moment they see this happen, they begin to say, hey, they don't thief. They don't misuse government money. So that one, I think, the responsibility to both parties, where they regulate, the people where they buy, and even the citizens then. For a little bit, for let them they read. If they read, they'll go for understand. So we're not going to get this misunderstanding left, right.
Also, the institution that we're responsible gets the responsibility also for educate the people, like your office, on all them processes there. If you don't want to forget doubt in some of them, see where the citizens they concerned about.
Yes, we don't do one of the easiest way for know everything they happen. If you go to a website, most of the things are like any contract way would approve. If you go to a website, you see and they.
All right. If you listen to the program, you listen to Good Morning Salone, and at the studio this morning, we get the Chief Executive in the National Public Procurement Authority, Ibrahim Swai. Well, mainly they are this morning for talk about procurement process during this emergency period. Now let's look at what you really can talk about this morning. We now talk about procurement. Now this emergency, we don't see like when you start to talk the motor car issue where bring serious arguments whether or not to buy motorcar now. Almost they buy the motorcar and waiting the country need instead of motorcar. To the Attorney General in submission we make na Parliament. But let me first look at the process where the motorcar then go through before they procure them. One thing we also been there now as one of the arguments now that they deliver the vehicle and the bikes them before even the process done. How true that be?
Well, me don't know when the outside people then get that information. When, let me recap again, when we get the first case in this country, we had a meeting at the office of the Vice President and we discussed processes and procedures. And I told everybody in that meeting, including the acting chief na EOC, that there is room for emergency situations. And if anybody gets access or you go on our website, check Regulation 119, it will show you clearly sole source procurement doing emergency needs. It is clearly how the process they happen. Yeah. So I told them there is law for that one, and we go do all them processes on a case by case basis. And I made a commitment, and I think we will hear out now that because of COVID, any procurement process will go to MPPA would respond in the next 24 hours. And from that day to today, no procurement process now go to the office. Now office will not respond in 24 hours. So with the motorcar that they ask about, with everybody concerned, yes, it go MPPA, we responded in 24 hours. In fact, in 24 hours, yeah, we responded. They send the tender document to we review and respond. Then do sole sourcing. They send the price to we responded. Yeah. All the vehicles where them buy, are they within the range of the price norm? Yes. Every vehicle where them buy was within the range of the price norm. Also we get challenged now with the bikes. And that I refer to the if you want, I will show you my letter where I write to them. I told them clearly the bikes we are on the high side, use my price norm and reduce the price.
So look and I end up use?
Of course, because in sole sourcing, the institution get right for negotiate because you are contacting an individual or an institution, an institution. So in an event there is hike in price, you can negotiate. Yeah. So when they send the price to we will realize there were some hike. We told them clearly that the bikes that you are buying, we get back to our price norm and see the prices there and go by those prices.
So now we look at the motorcar and the bike them we una procure. Now how much motorcar and bike could you talk about and what's in the price for them?
I can't tell you directly how much are the price them, but all I know, the requests for 30 motorcar and 100 bikes. And I want to make them clear and I back say not to transport now the first institution where you request for bike. Within this COVID period, I don't get different requests. I get requests from the mini.
We they can look at the other requests. Then
I just want to talk on bikes. Okay. Yeah. The civilian police now be the first institution where request for bikes. The Ministry of Defense request for bike. Yeah. And all of them now the same process and procedures I told them. In fact, like the civilian police, they sent me the tender document to review on the same day and sent it back to them. They choose the person that they wanted to buy from. All I was interested, the tender document, okay, the price they within the price norm. When I check them, I realize the price they within the price norm and the process correct. I give them concurrence for let them go ahead and sign. My role here doing emergency is to reduce the timelines and doing the processes. And if you deal directly with sourcing is like direct buying. And in this law, when I permit me, I just read section D, doing emergency situations. It says during emergency situations, the buyer will issue written or verbal request to a sole bidder and obtain a written bid, provided where the verbal request is issued. It shall followed by a written request. So in an emergency situation like COVID, the procurement officer get right. They get right for take in phone and call supplier. Say, I want 100 bikes. How much they sell GUI? If that bikes then they in line with the price norm, then can supply them bikes then he develop the document. It is allowed.
All right, continue for the with we now the program, Mr. Aswari. Will they make small money? We save now the program Good Morning Salone. 14 minutes after 8 now the time from the studio clock.
Better don't come, better don't come. A Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme there. We branch and they all up but not alone. Boko no kenema, we dey. Kabalama bogo kakabia, we dey. Jala free town don't side, and my legacy one. Me and you, Union Trust Bank. Me and you, Union Trust Bank. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses. Salone gets enforced corona case March 31, 2020. And from that time to now, plenty people don't get this sick. But plenty people same way so done well from the sick. After we then clear them go to treatment center and take good care of them. But the sick still in at the country.
Plenty people get message them where they can talk, and some of them message they are not even be true. Now that make Radio Democracy with support from Osiwa, they bring to you special corona update program. Also, you could get accurate information for the coronavirus in the country.
This program going to be every Wednesday, 12 to 1 o'clock afternoon.
And Master Sabi people from the well body sector and other people themselves go there for tell you body sick.
Salone, we come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, 8:17 at the time from the studio control clock. We go inside the program and look at more issue. For long term now, some community them now the country don't they get serious challenge for get access to lights. Now this make government through the Minister of Energy don't they work for give lights now then community they are. We make the Minister of Energy Alhaji Kanja Sise say the 250 kV transformer where the Ministry of Energy don't go give to the Peace Mission Training Center and the Farm community go help for improve the light business na that community day. We report our Cherno Jalo get more Igonal reports.
And they call this day as a symbol of the commissioning of this transformer for this community and as part of your ministry in support to the eradication and the end of COVID-19.
Now, so the Minister of Energy, Alhaji Kanja Sise, when they officially commissioned a 250 kV transformer, where the Ministry of Energy go to the Peace Mission Training Center and Farm community. As well for tap the rural people of that community, they know they get plenty challenge for get access to better light system. This come after a plenty concern, we will command them at the Peace Mission Training Center and serve community people in that part of the country. They know the risk for sake of the poor light system. We then say, then we know they get over the past years then. We may talk the Minister of Energy Alhaji Kanja say the main reason why make the ministry when decide for bringing this 250 kV transformer in this community Now for support the COVID-19 isolation center, where government will don't transfer na this camp, this BNT.
But for drawing your personal attention to the problem over there, that the Minister of Defense at one point, and then later, who your member of parliament in this area. For this community, this Albala now go don't bring camp out in this country, they call Corona. At least we don't benefit from Corona small. How? Would I benefit from it? Because the main reason we make Akaya, now because the colleague, the Minister of Defense, he called me attention saying, government don't decide to use this center, the peace center now, as one of the centers there for take care of people that will unfortunately they get hit with Corona. But he said, light then at the community, but the information where he gets that the light will he not able to power the equipment then. And that kind of center here, we need very, very good quality electricity. Don't for make the bridge them, the other equipment them, the medicine them, they're going to keep them in an environment where you don't go spoil. That's the major justification way.
Alhaji Kanjashi continues to say this 250 kV transformer will no longer to the Peace Mission Training Center at the Yams Farm community. That will help for improve the light business in that community.
The 160 kV transformer I get, but they still left an area. But they divide them now, they isolate them. But they pull them instead of the service the entire community, including the peace center, with the left lane service other area them, would they say your quality of light they improve, but they put part of this peace center and some other areas in Naya will bring new transformer at 250 kV. Now don't do so now. So in total now, what do I get now? About 410 kV now when I don't get there. When I get local. As I say, normally if we don't can't take that 160, we better go other side. But we left one day, we separate them. And as soon as we commission now, when I say we go see the quality of the light. When I go see the quality of light, they go improve. You will try the light or the heat, you know they put you fridge on, they come on. You will try the air conditioner, they come on, it go come on.
Brigadier Abubakar Conte, na the commandant na the Peace Mission Training Center na New York inside Yams Farm. See, the military and community people don't join on for ensure say bad people not come na net and thief parts them on this transformer.
Well, as an armed forces, we mean a member of the armed forces. One of the responsibility is to ensure say we provide security every national asset, and this transformer are one of the national assets. And so we stand ready, and all the systems are in place to ensure that we provide protection for this people.
Some people go in the habit for can't take light from this transformer and for can't do light from in that area.
We also don't talk to EDSA, and I will count on EDSA because they know which is exactly the community, the size of the community we're supposed to benefit from this transformer. So we collaborate with them, and we sure say that they do that, and they do that for the interest for all the whole community.
For the content, now the demand of the Yams Farm community. Inside you talk, instead first for talk about how light business been like now this community. And so it be good for draw the attention of authority them, but the basic amenities we in community lack.
Now 3 transformer when I don't send inside my own community. And I take boku thank you because light be there, but not all side lights, all man they enjoy the light. The light you didn't know, but I believe say then kind transformer where they don't come with 250 kg, I believe say all man go enjoy the lights. But for usa ushidona ya, water no dey na ya. The people in the strain back. Look then kind center where they don't come put na ya. Water no dey na this community, and some community. If you left there, na the first old road this. When we drive come inside, we see the roadway back. It's not easy for we, especially this bridge.
Different people it up now this community been tell thank you to the Ministry of Energy for the intervention. As they been promised, say then will make sure say they help for secure this transformer for the Society for Radio Democracy. Me, Nachem Jalo, the report.
We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from 98.1 FM. Now the studio this morning, we still get the CEO for the Chief Executive for the National Public Procurement Authority, Ibrahim Swai. They have for talk about NPPA, but particular procurement inside emergency. Now, Mr. Swai, let me look at procurement inside emergency. This BNTM, we see some documents we then call Constitutional Instrument number 26, the Coronavirus Disease Emergency Fund Regulation 2020. This basically now we come out from the Office of the Attorney General now for suspend the NPPA Act and the Financial Management Act. So then go ahead for do and not go for apply to any procurement or things like that where they do, and not even the Ministry of Finance go monitor the process. First off, we yourself see these documents, maybe they make rounds on the social media. What's the first kind of your mind?
Honestly, I'm heading an institution, and to me, I never react to social media documentations. If the laws will govern the day-to-day operation of my institution is affected, I'd expect, even if it's coming from, let's say, we don't go parliament, I'd expect formal letter from them to me. Because I never see that they never come to my knowledge, I never look at. I continue to do what I'm doing with the laws that I have. Because now that's I go to parliament for go protect. When I go parliament, where they approve me as chief executive, I just can use the act and the regulations. So as it stands on COVID, I don't review more than 20 procurement processes for different MDAs using the act and the regulation. So talking about constitutional instruments, as far as the regulatory body is concerned, we don't know. We can only know if it's sent to us formally. But if it's not sent to me, I just say area on social media, I'm not going to stop the job what I do because I say document don't go out. No.
All right. Well, not to mainly follow you respond to documents within the social media, but this will be try for now fact document. We even will be say they withdraw and force, and then later the Minister of Information self-confirm say they withdraw this document. We may say the document with the if it go on a parliament, how this go affect your job as NPPA boss?
To be very candid, I know if you say the government will me deserve go disturb the laws that we may use or they use na NPPA. So I mean, no really want for dwell too much in them. The president will me deserve, and up to the point where he gave me this job, he told me clearly that sorry, ensure you make 0 mistakes. And that's what I'm following. He never called me and tell me otherwise. So because he never tell me otherwise, I'm following what he told me.
Mr. Sware, the government, according to you, not go disturb the laws of this land. But from what we see, this regulation come out from the office of the Attorney General, very serious office.
Agreed.
We put together this law.
Agreed. And
this law, they on its way, or if not, don't reach the parliament now. In the event it happen, how it will affect NPPA?
I got to tell you about categorically clear that it's not possible for that affect NPPA. So that's why I'm not even worried. Yeah, because the laws of NPPA provide clearly on normal circumstances and in emergency situations. So you don't need any other law. So because me, as far as I know and as far as NPPA know, there is no law that is preventing NPPA from using their laws.
So you think so in the first place putting it together and a bad regulation?
No, I not even want for comment on that. All I know, no instruments need to distort NPPA law, because every provision will go make procurement processes happen in this country in a transparent way and value for money is upheld, then I will law. So me I don't comment on anything where I know say it's not possible.
It's not possible where come out now, no less a person but the Attorney General.
Now proposal.
So for let even think about this proposal, and again we understand say even gets advice from the Minister of Finance.
No, it's not possible.
No, he gets advice say let them not go ahead with the
fine. Never say it's not possible for the Minister of Finance give them that kind of advice.
I not say it then give them for go ahead. Okay. I try for say Ministry of Finance self oppose when the process will go on say no, this will be damaging to the government. But still we see the office of the Attorney General go ahead and put the instrument there together.
One thing I want to assure you, right? The president who gave me this job has never told me otherwise. He told me make 0 mistakes. And I'm using the instruments that will ensure this country gets the highest level of transparency. That's what I'm going to use. And that's what I'm going to continue using until otherwise. And I know, and I'll tell you authoritatively, it's not possible for let them tell me otherwise.
Mr. Suare, my colleague rightly mentioned this document will likely be on its way to Parliament, and you say no like for comments on them. But if it happens, they appear in Parliament for debate or anything happens, we will make effect. What will be the position of NPPA?
The position of NPPA no say the laws then good, and I don't take upon myself for can make let the general public know say there is room for this for emergencies, and maybe the Attorney General not been look at this aspect of my law. Maybe there's a possibility that it not been look at, and if it been look at, it not going to even suggest that one. Maybe, but all me know, the government me the South not go put these two instruments then aside because of COVID.
You say they respond to social media rumor, but we don't see even MPs like the Dr. Kande Kolim-Kela don't take this issue up, and the last time we get them on radio now, you don't get the rumors, or you don't get the information. Though you say you not receive formal letter it, where you get this rumor, you don't reach to the Attorney General, Minister of Justice, and inquire from him if this actually not from your office and why.
I have not done that, and I'm not going to do it because I know it's not going to affect me.
Alright, continue for the between the program. Ibrahim Swaye, the executive director on NPPA. Continue for the between the program. Let's make some money.
Because in confusion. But this confused me, boo. Look why Uncle Nat in World Solid. Look him block them with them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat million. But look what in the happen, me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It's like say some kind of magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra hill cement where are used, and that's not Dangote 3X Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement now the highest grade cement in the country. When a 42.5 R grade cement, when a one day come na this country, and a one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
Call 117 and it's same you begin feel fever. The coronavirus in a saloon now. Na sick, we don't kill plenty people in the world. But if you do what your body will command them, they say make you do. And self report quick. If you fail not say, you get sign or any person near you don't get same sign them, it's possible for let the person well.
The well body work man say for let the signal scatter all sign at the country. If you don't get nothing for go do not eat, sit down na house.
Go dey wash your hand fast with soap and water, or you use hand sanitizer, so that the tumbu go die if you don't can your hand.
When you dey waka, let for go dey touch them wall and then railing them, because you don't go know that don't touch them.
Not forget, call 117 if you get person where sick na you host or your community.
And Osiwa support radio democracy for bring this message to you.
The program na Good Morning Salone will come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And we will bring you this edition of the program Good Morning Salone. Musa Eskamara, my name.
And Menasma James.
We continue to look at more issues inside the program. We said the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security, Dennis Bonthe, say for the past 2 years, government done lost about 50 billion loans per the duty waiver, where government they give for bring agricultural materials them na the country, like fertilizer and other one them. Mr. Bonthe talked this way, the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security go work on the different farm them in the country. For more on this, we join Mangi Mansari.
During the 60s, Sierra Leone been able to produce rice, we been to feed the people and self-export some to other countries. But plenty people don't they ask question, what make the country not able for produce rice, where for feed the people in the country? For address them concern they are, where people don't they raise, what make the rice when they go in the country, not they able for feed people make the smallholder commercialization and agri business development project don begin give support to farmer dem na different part na the country for sake of the support wey SCADEP don dey give to farmer dem. Make the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security go work na different part na the country for monitor the support wey SCADEP don dey give to farmer dem. Branka Samuel na the communications person na SCADEP say with the approval from the World Bank wey na $1.5 million make SCADEP don able give support to farmer dem na different part na the country.
And so as a result, with approval from the World Bank, SCADEP began for fund the Ministry of Agriculture about $1.5 million, partly for finance the COVID-19 response. Waiting this fund will get for do. One, now for do mechanized land preparation services. That means to say for use tractors then for plow, harrow, and also do seed harrowing of over 2,000 hectares of certified seeds where farmers then get for cultivating. And when we talk about certified seed, when they talk about very, very good grain, pure grain, quality grain, where they go plant, where they go able to get table rice from where people then go buy for it. And also that they not done, and this money also they fund about 5,000 hectares of multiplication foundation seeds by map.
Abraham Kalsamura continue for talk about the support where SCADEP they give to farmer them.
Now from foundation seed, now they certified seed they come out. And also that money they also go for the rehabilitation of irrigation system, Nakobia and Mange, outside the foundation seed, this 5,000 hectares foundation seed will be multiplied. Then also they support the operations of MAP from monitor and provide technical support, extension advice services then to the farmers. And also in the long run, with the hope say will also support the harvesting when the time we don't come for harvest. So in total, 453 metric tons of seed we SCADEP procure through MAP. Now that rest day we they distribute so all over the country, and then we they go for monitor the land preparation and see how the seed they trickle down to the farmers and all over the country.
When even they address the farmer them, the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security, Dennis Valley say he want to see the support where the private sector they give to farmer them.
I want to see what they are doing with those fertilizer or chemicals or inputs within their environment that they have said that they are working. We are not dictating, telling them what they should be doing, but this is what they said that they will be doing. It's better for you as district officers. You sit down, you discuss with these NGOs for them to give you their work plans. Anyone that refuses, you inform us at the headquarters. When they have duty free, it is not going to pass from my table because I don't know what you are doing. You are representing us at the district level.
Dennis Valley continues to say any private investor na the agricultural sector where government not able to monitor the activity then government no will give duty free to them private investor there na the agricultural sector.
Anyone that refuses, you inform us at the headquarters. When they have duty free, it is not going to pass from my table because I don't know what you are doing. You are representing us at the district level, and we rely on you people to give us the necessary information. Otherwise, we'll be doing things on the assumption that everything is okay in the field, which of course it is not. For just 2 years in the agricultural sector, government is losing about 50 billion loans in terms of inputs that they have cleared on duty-free, countrywide. Not only for this district. That's a huge chunk of money for government just to part with. So we'd like to see what happens or what is happening with the facilities we are extending to them. And it's you people on the ground, particularly you monitoring planners out in the district. You have to be very proactive.
Well, after the Minister of Agriculture, Forestry and Food Security and SCADEP don't go monitor different farmers in the country. I've been talking to different farmers them, waiting and think about the support we SCADEP they give them.
Dubai, I did some Bonthe. We're glad we receive them well. They will appreciate. We appreciate in Kawana because we don't be done Sabian. Thank God we don't Sabian today. We don't see them. We cry to the government for get much improvement in terms of the machineries. Yeah, we cry for seats more the same because almost the floating area we try for conquer is more small.
Mina Rachel Jalo. I didn't know Street. Mina head of the group, Mina coordinate for Moambe Farmers Development. I feel so happy. This are the very first time when Minister don't come for see what we do. We don't begin operate 5 years ago. This are the very first time we don't see the Minister come now we site for council what we do. It make a gladdy from where we don't begin make farming now. We say they buy with designer, we say they repair machine. So for let's carry up inside this year for can help we this group are very happy.
My name na Mrs. Mary Mani, Adena Lunge Kafbulon Chiefdom Putloko district. I really feel so good as head of the farmers then for Kafbulon Chiefdom. This emergency response where they want for do for help the farmers then for expanding the farming activity, it really make we good because it keep we busy. It's nice that the minister self don't come, I don't video all in speech, and every set of farmers they why they get meeting with the none of the chiefdom, I go play the minister in speech for let them listen and tell them say we go monitor this rest now to the last and make sure say every single farmer we take.
Then farmer they end up call on government and SCADEP or give them tractor and seed them where go able for make big farm them where the country self go benefit. For Radio Democracy, Mange Mansaye, the report.
The program is still listening to a Good Morning Salone where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, and inside today's edition of the program where they talk to the Chief Executive for the National Public Procurement Authority, Ibrahim Aswari, where they talk about the way NPPA they do now for ensure say public institutions then follow the procurement procedures them during this corona affair. So Mr. Swari, don't they talk about plenty things them inside the studio, and one thing about the procurement of the vehicles and the motorbikes, for some people now matter of what we want now. As for them, the motor they necessary though, but medicines and fast quarantine facilities and other things that are necessary now. When you look at the work of the NPPA, whose power will I get for advice when it comes to choice and priority?
I already tell you entirely, I want to say, we are the principal advisor to government on procurement related issues. Now, when we get COVID, you always get to need assessment. And that need assessment come up from the end user, not you. Yeah?
The end user in this
case. End user and the people in question. Say for instance, the EOC. The EOC, when they set the team for, when they give the acting director set in team. And when he set in team, then they sit down and analyze the things that would then feel say go make their job easier. Yeah? Then when they make their job, the things that would then they itemize, that is what they will put in money terms and try for buy. Me as a regulator, another part of that team will go sit down and set the needs them. If they don't set the needs and they tell you say, for long we're able to fight this COVID, we need 10 motor car or 20 motor car or 50 motor car. They have justifications. And I can recall the day we are they part of that meeting we hold and for do that day. And government be need for provide allocation for let them able to get bikes, we then go use now the border patrols. So if you see that they buy bikes, then they buy motor car, the thing you need for know why bikes then the way then they buy, then they go use contract tracers and they use for one of the different areas. So now they put their needs together. Me as chief executive, all I do, if they don't put their needs together and say they want, did they follow processes? Yes. Is it within the norm? Because all the items that they buy, they are commonly used items. Then they will be already done. Most of them will not provide price for them. So I watch the process and then I look if they within the price norm. If they are above, then I will say no, you can't use government money above this. Check the norm.
So you don't talk about this price norm for listeners. Then now will happen. What's in this price norm?
This is a guide. They come up quarterly. Yeah, now a guide where every purchaser where they use government money for look when they do where they buy for government. Yeah. So anything where they buy, as long as it then at this book, you for cross check with the book and see if you do within the range. So the supplier and say where they supply, we not just manufacture them prices here. We send people na the normal markets, we get them prices here before we get them guided, and we're doing it quarterly.
Okay. When it comes to of government property, them like the vehicles, for example, people they get concerned say after COVID fight, people they convert into private use. When I get any power for monitor what will be done procure, so that when the same office go come for procurement or other office, when I go say we get this enough now the system.
Contract management is something that has been lacking in this country, and I will tell you, we'll put in structures for see how we'll get contract management proper, because most times you get in law disposals and you get the method for dispose. Yeah, this nobody don't pay attention to, even if we pay attention in not being that. So we dey put structures for see how they manage contract very well, because contract is not just about signing. Even when you don't sign, how do they execute them and how the process to go along up to the point of disposal.
All right.
So we'll try to put down it together and then we'll get to know how we'll do that.
Okay, well, let me look at comments and we don't come inside the program. This first one say, the National Public Procurement Authority are working in line with the Procurement Acts and regulations. Extraordinary times needs extraordinary measures during emergency situations. In Mama Salone from Hansels.
This one from me say, buying vehicles as against spending money on the quarantine center is a matter of priorities.
This other message we I go read say, I believe say the Attorney General not act alone because it don't come out bad now. All man they blame the office.
This one say, Mr. Chairman, what do you think about the suspension of the PFM Act proposed by the AG for the COVID-19?
This one say, does the Attorney General still have a job?
This one say, Mr. Chairman, for the purpose of transparency and accountability, record keeping, therefore there should be no verbal,
all right,
okay, no verbal disbursement of funds, request and disbursement of funds.
This one say, good morning, Radio D, keep it up, Mr. Soiree, you make my day for making things clear to the public from Almost Soya.
Okay, this one say the issue is not a case of price being within the price norm. It is whether the procurement was not a case of misplaced priority.
This other message say, Mr. Soye Aki challenges say what the Attorney General put together would stand. Make we wait and see.
This one say this government came to fight corruption, but why now is the AG bringing such law during this time?
Thanks to Mr. Ibrahim for his well-constructed analysis about procurement processes during the fight against COVID-19 in our country. But for the purpose of transparency, accountability, and safe record keeping, there should be no verbal request and disbursement of funds. Amara Alpha Nafriton.
This one from me, from Johannes Rogers, now Facebook, say, Radio D, good morning. I believe in this COVID pandemic the nation is grappling with. NPPA has roles to play to work with the EOC to put issues right. For example, sourcing for suitable quarantine houses and the provision of basic necessities must be monitored by NPPA, which did not happen, and the result is that the quarantine homes are badly and unprofessionally operated. Procurement in emergency situations are clearly outlined in the Procurement Act and regulations, and the Attorney General must be advised accordingly.
This one say, Mr. Swari, how free are you in carrying out your work? Because I understand you fight all the time with MDAs when you want to execute the laws.
This one from Mohammed Lamin Sharif, they say, Mr. Soare, as a procurement officer, you should be able to explain to the public about the cost of the vehicle and the motorbike so that people will stop to spread the fake news about the cost of the vehicles.
This one said the Attorney General's office have made very bad advices, but yet still he or she is in the office, continuing to make very bad advices, but oh yeah. Another message says, such is our level of arrogance. Then they shout because they don't buy motor car. People are not shouting because vehicles had been procured. No, we are concerned about the level of insensitivity to procure vehicles now when that money could have been used to procure ventilators and other medical services. Another message we don't can at the program this morning. This one say, Brahma, I believe after this interview you will get it hot with the Attorney General because she doesn't want to be advised. Always she wants to give advice that will put this government into jeopardy. How could you do such advice to the government? But I blame the president. Another message don't count at the program this morning say 98.1. Please tell the CEO of NPP that the Directorate of Store and Management of the MOF is in charge of disposal. It come out from Charles. This one say I honestly blame President Bill because the Attorney General's office has so many powers, and in all of the advices from the mining sector to now procurement has been very damning to this government. I pray. All right, well, we come over to the studio guests for response to messages that we don't canal the program, Mr. Swari.
Thank you very much. For the person who say me shout, apology for that. I don't mean for hurt anybody. From the bottom of my heart, apology on that one. For transparency, as people they say, I just want to give brief synopsis of what we don't do as an institution, and we will make sure as a regulatory body every procurement activity we don't happen is documented, and we'll go for present to this nation after the entire process, because we're on top of them. That's the reason why if you get to act, you go to in review, we get prior and post review. I talk about, say, procurement officer can take a phone and call, later he do documentations. And then documentations, then they will do it, again forget them back to it. And because of that one, now we don't write letters to every MDA where they use government fund on COVID that will come in the next 4 days for can do post review. Yeah. The post review, why would they go do post review? One for know if all the activities that we don't do in terms of procurement, they in line. Because even if you give verbal instructions, the law tell you say you get for prepare the document and ensure it go in line with the processes. So that's the reason why we don't request to all of them that we can do post review. The M&E people they go now each of the MDAs then where they use public fund and see if all what thing they don't do they in line with the law. However, I want to let people know back clearly that no contract no day where they go into whether they pay you 100%. No contract. So any process we don't start, say for instance the vehicles where they talk about. This talk about vehicle. Even if government don't pay, they don't pay above 30%. So when we go, based on advice, so we don't give Ministry of Transport in a couple of days. If there is any challenge, say what you tell them not to then do the sign contract, we get right as a regulatory body for request them for reverse to what you say. We get right as a regulatory body for recommend for the termination of that contract. It is in law. Yeah. So the regulatory body they ensure say we do prior review and do post review and give this the people of Sierra Leone a comprehensive report of what happened under COVID. So let the people be rest assured say the public funds will be used deliciously and for the right purpose. And for let somebody say priority, yes, I know putting up priorities. And when COVID starts, one of the first things they ever send now office now before buy ventilators and buy drugs. I am not at the point of end users. Now they know how they meet then they come. I'm not get the right for tell them say no, not buy motka now, buy ventilator. If they get 20 ventilator or they get 30 ventilator and they think they will for manager as it stands, I'm not a doctor. I can't tell them no, not buy motka, go buy ventilator. Yeah. For the quarantine homes, I already know say that they supply food at the quarantine homes. The thing we're not able to do for the Texas, me not a medical person. I'm not get right for going to the quarantine home where they already don't say person get COVID. If I go get COVID now, I got to protect myself first. My job, my job not reach that side. It's why I'm so professional to a point I go do medical job. So please, pardon me, they are not able to do that level there. Because the one day we go supply foods, now then centers and they are trained to do that one. I'm not trained to do it. My own specialty is to see if processes and procedures are done and ensure value for money is upheld. So now that they name me to do. We all know division of labor is in this country. So the one that we're supposed to go to the quarantine homes, let we talk to them, let them up their game. Me not go for good.
Okay, somebody asks, say, the price of the vehicles and the motorbikes very important for any speculation we people can get now.
Now, not different vehicles then buy. I'm not going for Sidona. I tell you clearly, as I say, I'm not going for Sidona and tell you clearly how much them buy that vehicle. Yeah. But all I could tell you, that no vehicle no the way Minister of Transport buy will not deal within the range of the price norm. And if the person is so curious for know, which is good, yeah, he can go to my office at any point in time. I can show him all the documents them with the in line with that one. Even when I count that this morning, I brought the correspondences between we and the Ministry of Transport.
So when we look at documentation where you mentioned, say, you can able procure later, you the complete documentation. When you look at the reports by the audit salon, one challenge we then can get na proper documentation. Now we the work na emergency situation. How sure we the work say we do proper documentation for record purpose?
This is the reason why we do post review. If we do post review in the next 4 days at the start, if documentation is not there, they do the documentations. Yeah. And no accountant not there we what insult where they go pay on verbal instructions. Yeah. And for allay the fears, yes, I don't see her, even when I was a practicing procurement officer, always would they get challenged with documentations. Very soon the NPPA they get an archiving system where in any document we go to read, at any point in time you're ready for them, you go get the regulatory body, because that's now one of the major rules for play. For make sure say every document they come on at the MDAs, at any point when they're ready for them, they can go to we win a source of information, they can go and get them. They put that structure in place and it will come live very soon.
Your role very important as NPPA boss, Mr. Swai. Particular way take into consideration the role where you play in the fight against Ebola. You go na parliament for go respond to questions na parliament. You be also appear na the commission of inquiry for the same kind process and procedures we go through. Now, which lesson you learn from Ebola where you go bring in to COVID, where you take into consideration the Attorney General's office in submission where he make or get for make to parliament? Whose lesson you learn where you know go come repeat again na the fight against COVID, where you can to processes and procedures of the NPPA?
Thank you. The law we used 2000 during Ebola. After Ebola, the regulation, the act was reviewed. The law, no matter how they make them, when they made 2004 act and the regulation 2006, most of the things that will be happen, we are not captured. But after Ebola, the regulatory body thought and fit say there were lacunas in the law. So we need to review the law and capture this one, especially in emergencies. That's the reason why the 2016 Act was born. Areas of emergencies where they're not being captured properly, then capture them. And if the Act of 2016 capture them, then there should be a regulation, whether the regulation of 2020, where they explain in detail what in that Act they talk about. That is why we have this regulation 2020. And the regulation 2020, they tell you extensively how to manage emergency situations. Yeah. And now just one side I show you. And now they tell you say you know for do documentations. As a practicing procurement person, every activity we wanna do, you need to make sure say it is documented. Because now public money, not your personal money. Every money where you use on a public money should be documented. Because at some point it is not you that will go and question. Now the documentations therefore speaks for itself. To me, doing Ebola, very interesting experience, challenging moment for me as a person, but it makes you a better person. I knew I did no wrong. I supported this country from the bottom of my heart. I saved this nation from a lot of bad procurement practices when I was in the Ministry of Health. So it came to a point where I was dragging. You have to take responsibility. But I'll tell you, and I still stand by my word that I said in 2014 that I was innocent, and I'm still innocent, and that already has been proven.
All right, this a few more message we don't come in the program. This one say, Mr. Swale, I know you don't want to talk about the Attorney General's submission, but it is very important, and I like your stance this morning that you don't want to talk about it. Please, you have to advise that this instrument should not go to Parliament. Another one say soiree na be sober banker, and this one say God save us. I only hope soiree is given the free hand to do his job. Well, as we wrap up now, Mr. Soiree, plenty, doubts now one way within a motor my mind process of things normally really go before. We know in the fight against COVID, we already get challenged. We believe that the effects the sick indeed they or in all day. Now with these instruments where the AG's office to make, plus the motorcar where then go by versus waiting the country need, and we don't hear different issues around procurement where you don't clarify this morning. Which assurance you will give people and say all procurements will be done under this emergency, go through the rights process, go through the Act and also the Public Management Act.
Our assure
Financial Management Act, sorry.
It's not just an assurance. I'm giving a commitment to the people of Sierra Leone. We'll do 2018 assessment reports for sure clearly what happened with public money. We'll do 2019. We'll do specifically for COVID. Every procurement activity where they happen under COVID. We'll make sure say there is a document to the PPR and we'll present it to Parliament for discussion. Specifically on COVID, all the procurement activity where they happen, we'll go for catalog everything. We'll make sure say it becomes a public document. Why? People will use them as a learning point. Where we make mistakes, we're all going to say this is where we made mistakes, and then we'll correct them. You know, government is a continuity, and at the same time, as we document some of these things, this fact, if the CEO at MPPA the former CEO been do a comprehensive report on Ebola, every other person for the user as a learning point. So we with COVID will make sure say there is going to be documentations, a book on all the procurement processes will happen under COVID. We will tell you how much government spend under COVID, how much go on sole source, what they buy with Honda or Motka. So people of Sierra Leone at the end of COVID will get something with them go read and it make us archive.
Well, thank you very much to Ibrahim Soiree, Chief Executive for NPPA. There and in the end, in assurance, say we will make sure say under this emergency, all procurements go through the right process. Thank you so much. We're going to bring you for getting more information on procurement, sir.
You're welcome.
Well, many thanks to the team, Michael Sambola and Alex Lawrence Koma. Now they produce the program. DJ Ahmad, now get technical support. Mr. Pemagbi, now make una watch live on Facebook. Until tomorrow, another edition of the program. Good Morning Salone will meet you. Continue for stay tuned to Radio Democracy throughout the day as we get more information for una. Mina Asma James, they say goodbye.
And not forget for listening to a special Corona program where they come to you today 12 o'clock on Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Till then, Musa Eskamar, they say bye-bye.